today we're talking about 3 things that can help you guys film better B-roll and better interviews. Let's go. All right, so the 3 things that I have set up for you guys are initialization, intuition, and improvisation. So these 3 things are going to help you guys become better filmmakers in general, but especially it's going to help you film better B-roll and better interviews. All right, so initialization, what is that? That is basically all the pre-production work you're doing before you even sit down, film an interview, and film B-roll with your subject. You want to prepare questions that are going to guide your story that you're trying to tell, especially so you can get B-roll that is consistent with what you're talking about, because if the B-roll that you film is disconnected from the interview, it's going to feel off-putting and your video is not going to look as professional. Initialization can also mean scripting and storyboarding. So storyboarding especially, you guys can know what shots you want to get so you're not wasting their time, and scripts so you're not wasting their time and you can get in there and ask the questions you need and get the answers that you need. All right, so some apps that I use to help storyboard and script out are things like Milanote. Milanote is great for setting everything out right in front of you, tangibilizing everything that you need to have before going into a shoot, so you guys can set up mood boards, you can have storyboards, you can have all these things that can help you organize your thoughts before going into a shoot. Another thing that I use is Shot Deck. Shot Deck, you can look up things, certain shot types, so you can look up boy in the back seat of a car, and it will give you that, and it will be right there. It will give you all the color schemes that are in there, the lens that it's shot on, all these specific things, and you guys can help that previs what you want to do in the B-roll section of your interviews and B-roll. All right, so the next step after initialization, after you've done the prep work, is going into shoots. So next up is intuition. Intuition is your style. What kind of style do you like? What kind of shots do you like getting? And that really only comes out of watching a lot of stuff that you can start forming your own style. You can start seeing things that you like and saying, I like that, how can I twist it to be myself? Remember, no one ever got famous by doing and following a trend. You have to set yourself apart, so don't copy what other people do. Take inspiration from them. This also comes out of not compromising yourself. Once you have that style, you want to come into a shoot and you don't want to compromise yourself because maybe one shot would be easier if you just took a little bit of less time and didn't get it exactly how you like it. Trust me, spend the time it takes to get that nice shot so you can be very thankful in post-production and your video will turn out a lot better, trust me. All right, so you have initialization, you have intuition, and then next up is improvisation. Things are going to go wrong. Things are always going to go wrong. A light is going to die. Your actor's not going to feel comfortable on camera. Maybe the location that you planned doesn't look as great as you thought it would. Improvising on the spot can help, but you guys have to really nail down the first 2 steps of this process before you can improvise well. Improvising is only as good as your first 2 steps. So if you haven't initialized well and you don't have your intuition really set up and you don't know your style, it's going to be hard for you to improvise on the spot. So when you're improvising, you can say, all right, maybe my light died, but I can set you guys right next to a window and it's going to look just as good. Remember, limitation always brings about creativity, so if you don't have something, it's usually going to end up making you think more and create a better shot in general, or at least a more creative shot, because you're limiting yourself and you're saying, okay, well, I don't have the technology I need, so how can I get the shot that I need without that technology? All right, so those are 3 things that you guys can take and use as filmmakers in general, but especially in the interviewing and B-roll process. If you guys learned something today, go out, shoot something, because that's what it's all about, baby, and have a good time. Bye-bye.